How's it going, everybody? Let's get on with Daniel. We do finish up 6 and we move over to a few verses of Daniel 7. Very interesting chapter when we get deep into that one. Um, we actually show you who the Antichrist is. It's actually easy peasy. They want you to know. Anyway, and the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel, and they cast them into the den of lions, them, their children, their wives, and the lions had mastery of them, and brake all their bones in pieces wherever they came at the bottom of the den. Then King Darius wrote unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. Now, what I'm about to read to you is almost verbatim of what Nebuchadnezzar said. And Nebuchadnezzar wrote chapter 4. So you don't get to write in the Bible unless you're a sheep. So when it talks about 7 kings, 5 are fallen, it's the 7 kings of Mystery Babylon, but only 5 were goats, 2 were not, and that would be Nebuchadnezzar and Darius the Mede. Anyway, or King Darius, I call him Darius. When the guy reads the Bible out loud at Bible Gateway, he calls him Darius. Tomato, tomato. Anyway, he says, I make a decree that in every nation, excuse me, that in every dominion of my kingdom, kind of the same thing, men tremble and fear before the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, and steadfast forever, in his kingdom, that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. He he delivereth and rescueth and worketh signs and wonders in the heaven and in the earth. He also delivered Daniel from the power of the lions. So this Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius and in the reign of Cyrus the Persian. And as we already know, in Nebuchadnezzar. So Daniel covered all three. Chapter 7, in the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Now he's going to dream about the Antichrist. And then he wrote the dream and told us some of the matters. Daniel spake and said, I saw my vision by night, and behold, the 4 winds of heaven strove upon the great sea. All right, let's move over to our John study, 11 over to 12. And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus should die for the nation. Jesus should die for the nation. Man, I am so tired. Y'all have no idea. My brain fog. And he prophesied that Jesus should die for the nation. That's why I'm reading very slow. And not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one of the children of God that were scattered abroad. Then from that day forth, they took counsel together for to put him to death. Jesus therefore walked no more openly among the Jews, but went thence unto the country near to the wilderness, into a city called Ephraim, and there continued with his disciples. And the Jews' Passover was nigh at hand, and many went out of the country up to Jerusalem before the Passover to purify themselves. Then sought they for Jesus and spake among themselves, as they stood in the temple, what think ye that he will not come to the feast? Now both the chief priests and the Pharisees had given a commandment that if any man knew where he were, he should show it, that they might take him. Then 6 days before the Passover came to Bethany, there was Lazarus. There Lazarus was, which of course Jesus raised from the dead. There they made him a supper, and Martha served him, but Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with Jesus. Anyway, my apologies. I'm glad you're here. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.